In this video, we will be exploring the hazards that can be found in a mart and the potential risks that they bring to customers and workers. Our group members consist of Nur Aiman Kamarina binti Muhammad Amin, Muhammad Azim bin Zaini, Arif Najmi bin Muhammad Shuhairi, Nur Amarina binti Ismail, and myself, Nurul Izzah binti Muhammad Isa. Before we move on to the hazards and risks, we would like to give out a short disclaimer that this video was made for educational purposes only, and that the dangers posed in the V3 Mart is simply an act. Thank you. Firstly, we have physical hazards, which are hazards in the environment that may be harmful without necessarily touching the body. In this situation, a worker was mopping the floor, making the floor wet. This ended up in a customer slipping and falling due to the wet floor. This customer may end up suffering from sprains, fractures, or bruising because of the accident. To prevent this accident from happening, the staff must keep an eye on the condition of the floor and to always put a warning sign for wet floors. Next, safety hazard is one of the most common hazards present in the workplace. In this situation, the customer ends up tripping over the electrical cables as they are unorganized. This may also cause them to get electrical shocks or burns, especially if the wires are faulty. To prevent this hazard from happening, electrical equipment must be arranged and organized properly, whereas faulty equipment should be taken out of use. Biological hazards are hazards that occur when working with animals, people, or infectious plants and materials. In this situation, the customers are not keeping the distance of 1 meter from each other. A customer is coughing while opening his mask, which can cause the spreading of the COVID-19 virus to the others. To prevent this hazard from happening, the customers must comply with the SOP in the mart by queuing behind the marked lines and keeping on their mask at all times. Next off, we have ergonomic hazards, which are hazards that occur when the type of work, body positions, or working conditions put strain on the body. In this situation, the worker is carrying a heavy workload with bad posture, and this can cause harm to the backbones. To prevent this, the worker can use a trolley to carry the workload while maintaining the correct posture when lifting the heavy products. Moving on, we have chemical hazards. These are hazards that occur when a worker is exposed to any chemical preparation in the workplace, in any form such as solid, liquid, or gas. In the mart, an example of a chemical hazard is the exposure of dangerous chemicals to the people in the mart. In this situation, a worker left a cup of bleach unattended and the fumes from the bleach was then inhaled by a passerby, and this causes him to faint. To prevent this unfortunate accident from happening, anyone that is handling harmful chemicals should stow it away at a safe place, or dispose of it safely when it is no longer in use. Lastly, we have work organization hazards, which are hazards that causes stress, which are short-term effects, and strain, which are long-term effects. In the mart, an example of work organization hazard is bad teamwork dynamics. In the situation shown, a worker is being called foul names by her colleague when she completed a task incorrectly. This may lead to stress and negative effects on the worker's mental health. To prevent this unfortunate accident from happening, the colleague should have corrected the worker's mistake sternly but nicely, and without using vulgarism. This will ensure that the worker learns the correct way of completing her task and also will prevent her from undergoing stress. That marks the end of the hazards and potential risks that can be found in a mart, and also the end of this video. We would like to thank the V3 Mart for allowing us to use their space and supplies for this video. Thank you for watching.